So, it has been a rough couple of weeks. After the first rough week, I was like, alrighty, this week's gonna be a reset. We're gonna reset this whole thing. Good weeks up ahead. And then it was another bad week. And then the following week, I was like, okay, this week's gonna be good. And it was trash. And now it's Friday, so yeah. Come with me while I try to get my shit together. Not in like the hustle culture kind of way, but in the like, go to class, do your homework kind of way. So, let's go. This is gear for studying my sleep. I've been having super not good sleep for a long time now, but it's been getting worse. Wow, it's really snowing. So I got that sleep study thing, and I can record up to 3 nights with it, so hopefully that will give some insight, because I've done labs and nothing showed up from that. So the whole point of this video is me actually doing stuff that I need to do. It just sounds so painful. I finally got my ADHD meds refilled. I hadn't taken them for about a week, and it was severely affecting everything.
I feel everything.
Okay, so it's all in there. We'll see how it turned out in about 17 minutes. It could either be really good or really bad. It might be meh. Maybe it's meh. I may be wearing beanies a lot for the foreseeable future. I hope I didn't fuck up my hair. I think it's fine. Hi, so I totally forgot to film a clip after I washed all the dye out, but this is how it turned out. Not bad actually. It's a lot lighter than the color I was going for and the color that was on the box. I might go over with a darker dye. There's like one darker that I saw at the store. And I also kind of like missed like right here. So that part's still a little like dirty blonde. I did some homework last night. I went through and annotated on the happy life. And something that I realized is, especially with these philosophical texts, reading this, it's about 40 pages that I have to read. So reading it one time through, like I'm reading a regular book, and just annotating it like I would, it said something a little sexist, and so I was like, oh, fuck off, you know? Just being able to annotate it like I normally would and not being like, okay, I have to be big brain about this. And then just whatever questions come up, just writing them down. And all that is really helpful. And so I can go back through today and reread. It doesn't have to be as close of a read, I think, but just go through and see it and see what I highlighted and maybe add some more sticky notes, add some more questions and stuff like that. And then just be like, okay, so this is what I understood, this is what I didn't, and just kind of go from there. This is the finished sketchbook, that one that I was working on earlier in the video. I made it for one of my friends, and yeah, so this is how it turned out. I don't know how much of that is focused. And then I made this one with the dust jacket of an Emily Dickinson poetry collection. And I decided to use it for like my writing journal, for like story writing and stuff. My head's cut off, but it's kind of fine because the notebooks are what matter here. I don't know if anyone's gonna be like offended that I used a dust jacket, but it was my choice. It was my book. And then this one I made recently as well. I'm just using it as, here, will you focus? I don't know if it's focusing or not, but I'm using it as my sketchbook right now. This is from a couple of days ago. So yeah, it's the first sketchbook I've made with watercolor paper in it as well. Let's talk about what I'm currently reading, because I haven't brought that up yet. I finished reading Cultish yesterday. I listened to it on audiobook. I really enjoyed it, and the audiobook ended up growing on me. I didn't love it at first. It was just really interesting, and I liked how she split up the book, because it just made a lot of sense, I feel like. And so right now, also through my library, I have The Cruel Prince. I'm using this to fill the Aurelium path, the novice path, Aurelium. I'll link it. It's like the new magical readathon basically, and one of my books has to be a fantasy. So I'm using this for it because I couldn't really think of many fantasy books. I feel like there was some other specification to it, but most of the fantasy books I own I have read or are part of a series or are Priory of the Orange Tree, which is a big book. So I you know, trying to take it easy on myself. I'm also currently reading All's Well by Mona Awad. I haven't read very much of this. I've read like 6 pages. Let's see, 6 pages, wow. Yeah, I haven't read very much of this. I don't remember anything from the 6 pages that I read. I haven't sat down to read anything in a while. Also, just completely ignore the mess behind me. I'm still working on getting my life together. You can't judge me yet. At the end of this video, if my room still looks like this, judge me. That's acceptable. Oh, also this morning I took apart a lampshade. I used to have it over that lamp over there, but I got a new bulb that like doesn't use a lampshade. And so I decided to tear off the fabric, and it wasn't the cleanest tear ever. And then this like ribbon kind of that's at the end. I figured it'd be interesting to use this for a book cover. Maybe I'll work on that today, maybe I'll work on that in 3 weeks. You never know. I never know. Hello. Yes, I'm wearing a beanie in a hot tub. As always, ignore the mess behind me. Today was a really good day. Like, just a really good day, which I just really needed after yesterday. I shattered my car rear window. It was rough. I was not handling it well. And yeah, but I still went to philosophy class afterwards, and I got to talk to my professor. He's amazing. Amazing. We talked for like an hour and a half, just like about my life. He was asking me questions, trying to get to know about my life, and I was like, dude. And then I told him, I was like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do for the midterm paper. Like, not a clue. Like, just straight up told him. It's due in a couple weeks, and it's like a 20-page paper. And he was like, you'll figure it out. You're a good writer. And I was like, when have you read my essays? And he was like, oh, I sought yours out, because in class last year, he had TAs, which mostly graded our essays. But because I had talked to him so much, he read one of my essays, and he was like, yeah, it was good. And I was like... And then today just was really chill. I went to class. I had my French midterm, which I know I didn't do fantastic on, but I know what I need to work on. Like, I have such a positive outlook right now. I got some stuff in the mail. I got this shirt in the mail, and then I got some rings that are made out of resin, because I really like stone rings, but I have broken 2 now. 3. I've broken 3. 1 at poetry night, because I was clapping so hard. This is a resin ring. I don't know if you can see that at all. And then this one too. And then it came with this little pearl one. The shoe rack came in so that Bun, Jared's dog, stops attacking our shoes. More specifically, our shoelaces. I've been in an uncommonly good mood today. I haven't felt like this great for an entire day in a while. And tonight is Poetry Slam again. And so I get to go. I get to read my poetry. I get to hear everyone else's poetry. And I'm so excited. And tomorrow, I'm going to get my car window fixed. Okay, so I look a little bit like garbage, but ignore that. First, really quickly, it is Friday. So it's been a week since the start of this video, and things have been going a lot better. Still not perfect. No big surprise there. Jared has left for spring break. I am here. And yeah, it's spring break next week, so it'll be solid. I'll be able to get all of the midterm projects that I am supposed to be done with by the end of like 2 weeks from now. Done. I did end up making the sketchbook out of the lampshade. Here it is. I just used, for the cover, I used an old watercolor sketchbook that had some like really old watercolor paintings in it that I really hated, and the other half of the pages were just blank. So I used part of the cover for this cover, and then I have the watercolor paper that was left over in there. So I have this little one, and then this morning I made this one. This just has regular printer paper in it, so it's more like a journal. But yeah, so this is it. I threw it to Jared and it got a little bent, but it's fine. My room is still a mess, and at some point in this video I was like, if my room's still a mess by the end of this video, by the end of this week, you can judge me. So I'm going to clean it and I'll be back. Okie dokie. So I have pretty much entirely cleaned my room. I just have to clean what the camera is sitting on right now and my desk. I did really quickly want to share like a thing that I got that has helped me a little bit. If you have ADHD or you get distracted while cleaning your room, maybe you're rather nostalgic and you might find a piece of paper that has writing on it that's kind of incomprehensible, so you sit staring at it trying to figure it out. You realize that it's like nightfall and you started at like 3. I get it. A really random thing that I got, completely an impulse buy, was this little block timer. It goes in 1, 3, 5, and 10-minute intervals. I got it because I was like, okay, you know, the Pomodoro method is a very common thing for studying. Like, you study for a certain amount of time, then you take a 5-minute break. I think it's like 25 to 5 or 45 to 5, something like that. Either way, doesn't matter, whatever works for you. So I got this because it's really handy. You just go, and whatever number's on top, in this case 5, it'll start a 5-minute timer. And then if you want to pause it, you turn it upside down. If you want to stop it, you turn it right side up. Sorry if I was talking really fast. I can't control it sometimes. But what I found specifically for cleaning my room is I will set a 5-minute timer and I will get distracted by something while I'm cleaning, and then that timer will go off and I'll be like, oh, I'm supposed to be cleaning. And then I'll turn it off and then I'll reset it. Having something that's a lot more like tactile has really helped with it, I think, because I could set a timer on my phone, but then I'd probably just get distracted on my phone through notifications, or just because I might just have to open Instagram or something like that for zero reason. That's how it works. There's never a reason. Just a whole lot of stuff. But yeah, so that's something that I've found that's really helped me, just being reminded every 5 minutes, like, hey, you're supposed to be cleaning, and me being like, I focus better than this thing does. Okay, and that's saying something, especially with what I've just talked about. I haven't really read anything this week. I finished reading Cultish, and I really enjoyed that, but I didn't start reading anything else. I did, however, listen to many episodes of a podcast called Ologies by Ali Ward. It's basically, she just talks about different ologies. So the episodes that kind of got me into it were attention deficit psychology. She had 2 episodes on it about ADHD, and that's what really reeled me in, for obvious reasons. And I really enjoyed it, and I was like, hey, wow, this is teaching me so much that I thought I would have known, but I didn't. After listening to those 2 episodes, I went back and started from the beginning, and just what I have learned since then about dinosaurs and birds, and how, you know, those are 2 separate episodes, but like low-key similar. Apes, makeup, gratitude, random stuff, gems. Like, it's so interesting, and I feel smarter. I may not be, but like, you know, I have new knowledge, so I am. You know, I highly recommend it. I'll have a link down below because it was super fun to listen to, and that's kind of why I didn't listen to any audiobooks. This Friday is definitely better than last Friday was. And while life isn't perfect or by any means, it's a lot better than it was for the past few weeks. Next week is spring break, so hopefully I'll have a lot of time to chill and read and do all of my assignments. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it helped somehow, maybe. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, however much is left, and I will see you next time.